As everybody know, this is Black History Month, and this video is not to bash anybody, not to put anybody down. That's not what this is about, okay? Because those who are Christ followers know two great commandments: love the Lord thy God, right? Love your neighbor as yourself. So it's not to put anybody down. The truth about Black African history, and I wasn't really going to say anything. I wasn't, but it is fitting. Before we could celebrate what's known as Black African history, and it should really be African history. There's a lot that goes into Black history and why it's celebrated in the month of February. There's a lot of history to it. But it should be really African history. And before people who are Black or who are African or from African descent can really celebrate African history, is you have to really know where it all started. The only thing Blacks celebrate is what happened in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. That's what we celebrate. Well, not myself, but other Blacks and even churches, they celebrate that part of history. Freedom from, segregation, dehumanization, etc. But before you can really celebrate African history, you gotta know where it all began. And a lot of us really don't know where it all began. We celebrate the middle. There's a reason why the middle happened, and it happened because of the beginning. And most Blacks don't really know where they truly came from. And it's evident in the way we behave now. I saw a few posts, people say that I'm for African history, Black history. I am Black history. No, you're not. Because you don't know where you truly came from. So you can't be for Black African history. I am. No, you're not, because you don't know where you came from. You don't know your true origin. And Blacks can't celebrate African history because they don't know. And look at Blacks now. Look at Blacks all across the USA. Look at how we act. Look at how we act. Look at how we behave. We are so far from who we were originally. So we can't celebrate. And the truth of the matter is, we're not consistent with celebrating it anyway. Because in this month, there was the Super Bowl, Valentine's, and Mardi Gras. So Blacks don't really think about no Black history, because they're too busy celebrating Mardi Gras, Valentine's Day. right? You can't celebrate African history until you know where it came from. And you can't truly celebrate African history until you know who you are. And blacks don't know that. Because it's evident now. Blacks don't know who they are and where they came from. And because of that, look how far we've devolved as blacks. Look at us. Because we're so beneath who we were from the beginning. And it goes back to thousands of years. Thousands of years. And evil exists in every ethnicity. Every ethnicity. Evil exists. Wickedness exists. So this is not to put down anybody. But that's why evil men hated Afro people. Because they know where they came from. We don't know where we came from. Some of our people can't even spell. Don't even know how to pronounce words. Don't know the difference between an interjection and a subject. Like we got so much we gotta learn before we can celebrate Black history. We got too much to learn. Too much. And that goes for a lot of the churches too. All we celebrate is the middle. If you really knew the beginning, then you could really celebrate the middle. But we don't know. And here is one of the weaknesses of blacks is because they don't research and don't educate themselves. Don't. So I just wanted to just throw that piece in there. You can't truly celebrate African history until you know where it began and where you came from and the people you originated from. So you can't truly celebrate. So you can put the kente cloth on, whatever. African history goes so far beyond that. So far beyond. You know, kente cloth and all. That's just for Africa now. But we don't know where we came from. We don't know. So we can't celebrate it until we go back and find out where we came from. And the Lord, the Creator, freed blacks to be much better than who they are now. And because He freed us and we decided not to be who we originally were, because He freed us, look at us. Highest abortion rate, highest poverty rate, highest unemployment rate, highest divorce rate, lowest rate when it comes to education. So much because we don't know where we came from. So before we can celebrate Black history, you have to know where it all began.